7 minutes Saturday, 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes Saturday, 7 minutes. What time is it? 7 minutes Saturday, 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes Saturday, 7 minutes. What's up, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of 7 Minutes Saturday with me, Oni. So if you guys have been keeping up with my 7 Minutes Saturday, you know, or if you haven't, for 7 Minutes Saturday, I picked something from our Keep It Random mystery box, but I want to do something a little bit different. I still want to do this for 7 minutes, but I think it would be very appropriate and important for me to kind of address what's going on right now currently in 2020. But I want to do it to where this video will be relevant now and also in the future. So basically, for 7 minutes, I want to talk about ways to deal with crisis. I do have some notes because I don't want to just strictly go off the dome. This video is not just for right now, but because of what is happening, it has indeed inspired this video today. We all know what's happening right now, and so the world is in shambles, really, and causing a lot of anxiety and sadness and so many mixed emotions and all of that. And so I just want to talk about ways to deal with crisis or deal with whatever feelings that you may be feeling, because for a while it was difficult for me to even try to muster up energy to make videos, and I felt pressure because of social media or seeing different people who were like, this is the time to do this and do that and take advantage. And I just kind of felt like if I put something out, period, I always wanted to bring value, but especially right now, I want to put things out that are going to really help you and inspire you and motivate you and maybe potentially get you out of the funk that you're feeling. But it's hard to do that if you're in a funk yourself. So I want to share things that have been helping me through this entire process that is new for all of us. I apologize if you guys hear a lot. I'm not at home. This is also because of what is happening, because of the pandemic. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get right on into it. Get our timer. Okay, so like I've said, I have kind of gone through so many different emotions and all of that, and I felt like when I come and I bring something to my family, because that's what I consider you guys, I want to help you. So one of the first things that I've had to do, and I think will help you, is to unplug. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's auntie or cousin or somebody, they know someone who, works for the government or who is in some big position in office or something, that knows something about something, and then they tell you and forward it to you, and there's all this information, and so you don't know what's real and what's not, and you get mixed up and confused, and then you have all of these different news outlets, and it becomes very overwhelming. And I believe it is important to be aware, but also know your limits. And I noticed that for me, when I would scroll a lot and I just constantly kept seeing a lot of different stories and just so much, it triggered emotions in me, and I started feeling overwhelmed, and I started feeling anxious and sad and angry and all these different things. And so I had to unplug. That would be one of the things I would say to you. And while you're unplugged, in turn, invite in things of positivity. So watching and reading things that will inspire you and motivate you instead of tearing you down. So kind of to go from unplugging will be to protect your peace and also understand what peace is. For a long time, I know for myself, I looked at peace as, oh, everything is good, so I feel at peace. I feel great. I'm in my bubble and I'm all good. No, peace is when things are going haywire. Life is going crazy. Everybody's doing this and doing that, and everything is just all over the place, and everyone's all over the place, but you still are able to find some kind of calm in the midst of the storm. So you have everything going on, but still in the middle in there, despite whatever is going on around you or even within you, you still are able to find some kind of peace. I believe that comes from God and lessons that you learn, and as you go through different processes and situations and even crises, you develop that muscle. So it's very important to understand that and know that peace is not just when everything is all good. Peace is, you know what, right now I'm going through hell, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be all right. And so that's something that I've had to remind myself of. You know what? I can still find joy. I can still find ways to be grateful in the midst of what's happening currently in my life as well as everyone else's life around me. So with understanding your peace, it's important to protect your peace. And it kind of goes back with unplugging. If you find yourself getting anxious and feeling rushed or discouraged or anything when you're connecting with social media or even talking to other people, unplug, disconnect, turn your phone off, put your phone on airplane mode, turn off the TV, go outside instead, figure out ways to protect your peace, your mind, and your spirit, because I believe that everything starts here in the mind, and sometimes you can invite negativity in and even illness in just by your thoughts, Also with protecting your peace and understanding peace, I think it is important to feel your feelings. Understand, the way that I feel, this is normal. It's okay for me to feel this way, but also understand that they are feelings, and feelings do indeed change. You have to figure out your triggers and what makes you tick, what makes you feel anxious, and all of that. And so once you figure out those triggers, work on avoiding them or just like getting rid of them, even if it's just temporary. Work on distancing yourself from those triggers. But of course, you have to figure out what those triggers are first and foremost. So for example, if talking about the crisis that's going on right now is a trigger for you, then if someone's trying to come at you and talk to you about it, say, hey, you know what? I know that this is very important, but right now this makes me very uncomfortable. I just need a minute. I need some time. Can we please change the subject? Simple as that. Another thing is the mindset shift, the way that you think about things. So a lot of people are having to work from home, and I've seen a lot of people saying like, oh, I can't wait to leave. I can't wait to get out. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. And so I think a big part of everything that you're enduring or experiencing, the way to deal with it is to change the way that you're looking at it. So instead of saying, I hate having to work from home, say, you know what? I am grateful to have a job and be able to work from the comfort of my home where I have heat, I have air, I have food, whatever it is that you do have. I think it's just changing the way that you look at, talk about, and think about things. The other thing is rest. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for getting your sleep or just resting. Not necessarily sleeping, but resting. Because I've definitely seen a lot of different things where people are like, this is not the time to sleep. This is the time to be on it. This is the time to do da 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 da. Sometimes you just need to rest. And especially when your mind is just moving so much and you have so much going on, like this is very serious for all of us. And so it's very taxing on your spirit, on your mind, on your soul, on everything. It's okay to rest and then come back to whatever it is that you were doing or wanting to do. And rest doesn't necessarily, like I said, it doesn't mean that you're just going to sleep, but even just resting your mind. So back to unplugging, back to just tuning things out for just a short amount of time. Of course, I know that it is difficult when you have children. I can say that now because I have an 8-month-old that is with me. So it's a bit different, but you got to do what you got to do to protect your peace and to get your rest. So that may mean, hey, when my child or my children go to sleep, I'm going to rest that time as well. Or I'm going to use that time to do something exciting or fun or different that I wouldn't normally be able to do. But most importantly, rest. Everything else must wait. It has to wait. Because it's very important for you to be in a good place mentally. And it's hard to do that when you're not really getting a lot of sleep, not really resting. And that's one of the effects of dealing with a crisis is you have trouble sleeping because your mind is just constantly going. You have to figure out a way to let your mind rest. Another thing I would say is use the time that you have to learn something new or something that's going to benefit you in the future. So one of the things would be investing. This is the time to get into the market. Stocks are going down, but before doing it, I think it's important for you to learn. So it can be you watching YouTube videos or finding different books. Of course, right now, the crisis that we're dealing with, we have to be bunker down and inside. You can always go to your library and online they have audiobooks, ebooks, and all of that you can download for free. So it's definitely no excuse. That's my timer, but we're gonna finish this one. This may be a bit longer than 7 minutes, but we're gonna do it. But also, like I said, YouTube is a resource. So you just find your resources and just use the time wisely instead of like wasting it scrolling or watching a lot of TV. there's nothing wrong with indulging in that, but I think it's good to use the time wisely and learn something new, something that's going to benefit you in the future. The other thing is to practice self-care. So you may have a self-care routine or you may not. If you don't, this will be the time to develop some kind of routine or just find ways to practice self-care. Whatever that is for you, you've got to figure that out. You know, there are so many different videos and so many different things, but you've got to find what works for you. One of my friends sent me this quiz that helped with figuring out ways. It was like different eclectic kind of ways for self-care. And when I did the quiz, mine was to apply glue to my hand or arm and pull, you know, when the glue dries, and pull it, and it actually is pretty like soothing. So that could be one of the things that you do. Read devotionals. Right now there are about 15 or so people that I'm reading devotionals with over on the Bible app. I'm gonna put a link in the description. Yes, I'm gonna put a link in the description box where I think I should be able to share the Bible app and like share directly so that you can add me on there so that we can read it. You can come join us, and I think it's good to get in connection with other people who are faith driven. If you are faith driven, you may not. If you are, it will be good to get with other believers so that you can read the word with each other and learn something in this process. I think this is, when you're dealing with crisis and going through tough times, it's very, very important, vital, and great just to get that connection with Christ. And it's even better when you're able to do it with other people. Another thing is to go outside. So right now we're dealing with COVID-19, where we aren't supposed to really go out or be out in the streets, but you can go outside and just walk out in your neighborhood or wherever you are, just to get the vitamin D. You need natural sunlight and not just being indoors. It's good to just go out just for at least 15 minutes. It really is like an instant mood booster. The next thing I would say is to eat properly. It's very easy to be inside and just eat crap, eat junk. I think it's okay for you to indulge and eat every now and again, but it's very important for you to eat properly, especially when you're dealing with what we're dealing with right now, or just period, illnesses, and not even necessarily just with crisis, but we're talking about crisis and ways to deal. Eat properly, because fueling your body is very important, and you want to fuel your body with the vital nutrients and vitamins, the vital nutrients and vitamins that you need to help you to combat some of the other illnesses that may be coming to try to attack your body. And just period, I think when you eat properly, it just helps you mentally, physically, emotionally just be sound. This is not the time to eat junk only, okay? So kind of going from there, treat yourself. Whatever your guilty pleasure is, it's okay to indulge just a little bit, but of course, with everything, moderation. And of course, I hope that you guys are continuing to drink your water. The last thing that I would say is set things in place now to prepare for the future, to prepare for another potential crisis or just other event that may happen, so that you're not like most people, panic buying and hoarding things and taking things from other people. It's just good to prepare for the next experience. Not that you're trying to be like, oh, doomsday and all of that, and you know, you don't necessarily want to do the most, but you always just want to be prepared. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that you're just stacking up cases and cases of water, but that you're just taking inventory and consistently going to the store to get your basic necessities. And also, because of what you're experiencing now, you'll be prepared for the next time and know, hey, I maybe didn't need to go overboard with this, or hey, I need to make sure that I have this in case of whatever. So I think it's just good to prepare and plan so that you're not necessarily feeling so anxious and so down and out and overwhelmed as much. And so not necessarily just things, but your mind. So right now, preparing yourself for the future. So what will I do if I find myself back in another crisis or a pandemic or a situation that is not ideal? Meditation, you know, so right now I'm going to practice that. So just find your way. I hope that this helped you guys or helps you guys during this time, and I want you all to know that I am with you. I'm not there with you physically, but we're here, we're in this together. I hope that you know that I am a resource. If you need someone just to talk to, just to kind of go back and forth with, you can DM me on Instagram. Let us know how you guys are doing down in the comments so that we can help encourage each other, inspire each other. I know that this is a very rough time for pretty much all of us, and it's good to be able to have people who know and understand what you're going through, people that you can count on. And like I said, this is a community. This is a family here of positivity, of growth and development, and we're stronger together. So come down in the comments so that we can talk back and forth. I would love to know how you're doing. I've had a couple people check in on me, want to let you know I am here, doing fine, I'm with family. So yeah, hope you guys are doing well, and I'm praying for your family, loved ones, just everyone, just the world. So if this has helped you, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you can join this family. As always, continue to do things that matter and keep it random. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.